Learning to become fluent in English these days is as compulsory as drinking water. And for most of us, starting is not the big deal, but how to effectively learn, because it actually sucks when you put in efforts trying to follow a bad method. You end up with zero progression, zero improvement, and as a result, you give up. But if you start with the right method in the first place, I guarantee joy will lie at your door. This is my own learning strategy story. Again, they might not all necessarily work for you, but it's worth knowing them. Let's go! Hi everyone, my name is Will, and today I'll be sharing with you all the materials and tips I used to go from the frustration to a successful English speaker. The little story. I got frustrated that day when I reached those Guinean people who I didn't know for which reason couldn't speak French, whereas I know for sure that they've been living in Cote d'Ivoire for many years. For those who don't know, Ghana is an English-speaking country in West Africa, and it shares borders with my country, which is Cote d'Ivoire. I got stuck, I tried, and the thing wouldn't get out of my mouth. It was a shame, guys. I was frustrated now as I looked at the other guys explaining the detail of the item to them. From there on, as I left the area, I promised to myself that never again will I be humiliated this way. Maybe you won't or can't feel what I felt back there in 2014 unless you've experienced it yourself, but that was the stimulus and the driving force of my English language learning journey. That's why I'm going to ask you this question. What's your catalyst? What's your necessity to learning English? If you can answer this question, then you're ready to go to take advantage of everything I'm going to share with you today. I got to buy this textbook, okay? It's quite old, yes, but I'm happy to show it because it helped me a lot. English from A to Z. As an everyday French speaker, I bought it bilingual, that's French and English. It has almost all the grammar, okay, points well explained with translation, exercises, and the correction at the back of it. But as I was learning with that, I felt that there was something missing because the way I was reading and pronouncing the words was actually French. Then I turned to YouTube, but I had not realized the importance of YouTube videos at that moment. I downloaded 1 or 2 chunks of vocabulary videos that I will learn and would pass the list on to someone to test myself. It helped a lot. The person would choose the words at random in French and I would tell the person the English translation of the word. It helped me memorize the vocabulary. This is what you should do as a starter while reading books and doing your vocabulary list. The second method I discovered that actually blowed up my vocabulary and loosened my tongue was the Michel Thomas language learning method. It's a method that I'll recommend forever. It's a very simple and super easy method. Their audios, I have them for all the languages I've learned so far and some of the languages I've planned to learn. The principle is simple. You don't need to have a notebook, not even try to memorize what is taught. All you have to do is to put your iPads and be active during the session as the third student. In the tracks, there's the teacher, a native speaker, and 2 students, and you are the third one out here. It gives you words chunk for chunk and then builds a sentence in your native language and asks you to translate it into English. And as a beginner, you have to pause the audio, think about your answer and speak it out loud even before the 2 other students give their own answers. Once you're done with that, you click on the audio again and listen to the 2 other students' answer. And finally, you get a teacher's confirmation or correction. This is how it goes. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to open one of the file of the Michel Thomas audio language learning methods. I'm going to use like, so we have like beginner, okay, and we have the audios for professional ones, and they have the vocabulary audios. So I'm going to use one of the beginners audios, CD4 for example. I'm going to use track 6. So let's see what it gives. So you will see how the Michel Thomas audio language learning method works. So that's a bit how it works, and I have it for Japanese, German, Italian, Chinese, Portuguese, and like the other languages as well. So quite easy. You should get yourself those audios. It's quite easy, and some of the sentences you build in this audio will come back in other audios. This is how you actually remember the things. I use it all the time. You will see me on the street or at home with the earphones practicing. My method number 3 was consuming YouTube videos. Back then, the YouTube channel I used to watch contents from a lot was Let's Talk. And I liked the lesson of all the teachers, but my favorite teacher was Narika. I used to download them and save them on my laptop. I watched them over and over again to practice, going from vocabulary to grammar. I really enjoyed the videos, and they still produce valuable contents on the YouTube channel. At that point, I was like B1, but my pronunciation and accent were terrible as I look at it today. Then I went to study English at uni. It's important to highlight that I wasn't aware of phonetics and pronunciation rules. I really started working on my accent and pronunciation at uni. Once at uni, I discovered all the things and searched for the right and suitable material to fine-tune my English, such as mastering the American accent, Oxford Dictionary of Pronunciation. I discovered perfect YouTube channels for accent and pronunciation training, such as Perfect English Corner with Keenan Rods. Her videos helped me a lot in reshaping the way I sound in English. For the accent, it doesn't matter, okay? It's a matter of choice. Whether you sound British or American, what is essential is that we should hear and cut what you saying, okay? Mimicking native speakers was my day-to-day work. I didn't do it in front of a mirror like many, but I would perform soliloquies, okay? My tip number 4 was watching videos, movies, sometimes with subtitles and sometimes with no subtitles, until I was able to be confident enough to stop watching movies with subtitles. I also listened to President's Speech, Barack Obama, debates, Donald Trump, and many more. Listening to the BBC radio, watching BBC and CNN on YouTube were also crucial in my English language learning journey. Thanks for watching. I hope you take the one that best works for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video for many more people to watch. Goodbye.